All right, Jose, Pedro, I think that the reported conversations that we started gave path to doing these AI conversations. I think that we are all in a different phase or AI work or AI knowledge or AI path. And, you know, like all the time when I try to learn something, a lot of time I go first the cloud part, the Azure part. Jorge most of the time goes the Linux or the open source, and Pedro goes all the way around. So I think this conversation will bring a lot of different aspects to the same topic, especially AI, that right now is a huge thing. I want to mention today a RAG about injecting your own data in your AI application. And the first thing that when we are talking about AI, that we're building an AI app, we want to mention that we don't need to think of AI as a database, but as a language calculator or something that we interact. And I want to mention this because there are a few ways to interact to get the most out of our solution. The first one, of course, is prompt engineering. There is also a whole term now that is prompt engineering. How do you build your prompt as comprehensive, with as much context, with as much user, because you can actually tell AI, hey, you're going to be a coach, you're going to be a support agent, you're going to be a customer service. And then when we get that prompt engineering set up and we are not getting the most out of it, we're not getting everything we want because we need, like, of course, every AI model is based on his training data and his cut-off knowledge. So GPT, I think it was 2021, and now they are saying like 2023, something like that. But it's just based on that. He doesn't know anything more than that. So how do we bring our own data? Like, let's say, how do we make sure that all our data from our company gets in there? There is also, okay, we can fine tune the model so we can train the model. So I think that those are the three main topics: prompt engineering, RAG, injecting your own data, and fine tuning the model. And we're going to talk about briefly those three specialized, like focusing on RAG. Like, who want to start?
Okay, I want to
Me.
say, okay, no, go.
So the thing about RAG is that I think is the if you want to start getting involved into AI, the first thing that you need to find is a use case, and RAG is kind of the easiest use case to understand, in the sense that first you will use your own data. Second, you have to do tasks that you will do for every other possible project that you will need, which is vectorization. And the third one is you also will need prompt engineering, because in RAG, as in any other AI system, you need to tell, okay, you need to behave as an assistant, as a doctor, as a lawyer, etc., etc. So there are a few things that they need to be involved. And also one other thing about that is that you need to pick the right model, because funny as it is, I have fine-tuned some prompts to do some type of RAG, for example, with one model, and then I change the model to a fastest one, new one, better one, or whatever, and my prompts, they don't work anymore. So the fine-tuning is per model. So you need to, soon we will have Git versioning for prompts, because you need this version is for this branch, for this model, and so on and so forth. So um, I think that, as you say, Javier, like you need to fine tune all of them, and the easy use case to do to test is with RAG.
Perfect. Just taking information from both of you, from the Javier and Joche, the the most the definition that I like most about RAG, I read in some place, I don't remember now, is RAG is like a open book exam is for the humans. So you consent in the skill of the people, not in the information that they have. So if we go back and say LLM is training based on some data, this is the skill of this large language model. But we need this skill to be proof in the field. So we give it to this LLM a book, an open book, and say, no, I need you apply your skill in this book and answer the question about this. And this is something that I like because in the future, in the near future, I think we need to change our mindset because the people that is learning in the university, in the school, everywhere, it's gonna be tested for the skill, not for the information, because the information is gonna be managed by the computer. I don't know if you are with me, but I think we need to change the mindset like the LLM is changing for us. So the people is gonna be tested by a skill, not by the information, because the information is gonna be everywhere. So now we need to see RAG like a book that we want to read in this moment and answer a question about this book, but we don't need to have this book inside the LLM because the LLM have the skill to manage this information. That's the idea that I
I
have
like
in this.
that. I like that analogy that you say, okay, he's already skilled on finding information and generating text, so let's give him some more data to get from. So I just want to add a few more things. One is basically we're talking about RAG, but what is the three words? What is RAG? Retrieval Augmented Generation. So the idea there is that when you ask a query and you already have your data in embeddings ready for the application to find, so for the model to understand, basically you retrieve what is the data that is closest to your query on those embedding, and then you send it to the model, and the model then does the same generation, but it's augmented because it brings your data that you put there. And think about application for that. Insurance company, that you can bring all your claims, all your data, and you can ask questions about it. Lease, legal documents. So anything that you can start injecting your data, you can start chatting with it, asking questions. Like imagine that you have those huge, like what we did, like for PDF. You have those huge PDF, but you don't need to read that whole PDF. Just give me the questions that I have right now. Let's ask him and go retrieve the data from there and bring it back. And then you can actually even ask him, hey, what page of that PDF? Give me the reference. Where are you finding that response that you're giving me? So I think that the applications are huge there. I think that that should be always the first step before going to fine tuning. Okay, first step should be prompt engineering. Then if you need to inject data, it should go to RAG and then fine tuning. We have tried some fine tuning. Fine tuning takes more resources and not always give you the right results that you want. So that's getting better. And just mentioning, because we also talk about embedding a lot, at the end, everything that is happening is everything that we are asking, all the context, everything is being converted in numbers, in a float, in something that then you can apply some mathematical equations, algorithms, and then calculate the cosine similarity and find which one is close to each other. We always say artificial intelligence, but it's not that intelligent. It's just finding a probability of what is the next word that is going to come up. And of course, you can change those settings with things like temperature and things like, oh, be creative, not being creative, be more deterministic, give me the same answer all the time, not give me the same answer. So I think that this is a good first AI conversation. We're going to come back with a lot more. We're going to talk about actually different type of models that we have used, model open source, models in Azure, business applications, business idea, I don't know, classification, anomaly detection, and a lot of more things. So thanks everyone as always for sticking with us. Hope somebody helps, somebody listening to this get some value. I know I do every time that I talk to you guys. Hey, thanks a lot.
Perfect.
See you.